Cancers, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is going to be for February the 22nd through the 28th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to click the link for more information. All right, Cancer, so this week we've got a full moon right off the bat on Monday in your second house of your sense of self-worth and of your values in life. So there's an illumination here at the very least for a lot of you. Some of you who have been involved with anything regarding that over the past 6 months, it could be a high point with that. Maybe on a mundane level, it might be the financial areas of your life, your financial security, your assets. Could be something if you've been involved with anything involving value or those material values over the past 6 months, could be coming to its high point here in this cycle, in this lunar and solar cycle. So the key with this is that, whether it is or not, there's awareness coming through. And I think there's a lot of insight about what you really value in life. And this is on not just on a material level, but on a deeper level too. The sun's in your 8th house. So you guys have this light being shown on the deeper aspects of yourself, the truth, the meaning, the reality, what's real to you, what goes beyond the material realm, but without isolating it, because these are one and the same thing. And that's the balancing point between all full moons, is integrating, essentially in this sense, with these houses, your material values with your non-material values, and seeing them as both meaningful, both essentially the same thing, that everything spiritual or non-physical does have a physical counterpart, and vice versa. Right? And so if it is enjoying the simple life, the good meal, the relaxation, which I think is excellent for you guys this early part of the week, it's really seeing what about those things you enjoy. What about it is it accessing? What is that truth and thing that you're actually connecting to there? So that's a great way of balancing this, but it's going to be a very spiritual full moon. It's going to be opposing up to Neptune, and then the sun goes over Neptune over the weekend. So with this, there's that, again, spiritual integration. And, over the past many years, there's been this deep connection about having this greater serendipity, this greater willingness to have faith about life. The 8th house is all about the changes of life, beginnings, endings, life and death, the transformation process, spirituality, healing. And so with Neptune, it's all about surrender, having that faith and trust and letting go of the reins and allowing those things to come up, or for a life to unfold and change in the way that it's meant to change. So that could be some insight coming in about that, but really being aware of what that deeper avenue of life is and how that can be actually very spiritually liberating. Neptune is in Aquarius, so there's this freedom about it by letting go, having faith and trust, and that's the Aquarius side of it, that which then could really get your self-expression going. Because for you Cancers, Leo, who's associated with your 2nd house, it's all about that self-expression with your values, the things you enjoy, the things you're interested in, and sharing them with others. So that's going to be the full moon, early in the week, but all week long it's going to be emphasized. And then over the weekend, the sun going over Neptune really just shines that light and illuminates this spiritual stuff, this deeper stuff for you. And so it's always good to reflect with this, but I think the energies are going to be high, and they might die down over the weekend, but still it's about actually applying it, actually integrating it, living it, and embodying these deep spiritual connections with whatever it is you might be involved with this week. But the early part, probably a bit more on the sensual side, enjoying things, the comforts of life, and I think implementing and really applying what you learn about your values. Now let's go and look at the transit graph. We've got a very important aspect, Jupiter opposing up to Chiron here on Tuesday. This has been going on since last week, and it's been an ongoing transit since early November of last year, which has been this healing that's taking place with all of us in terms of our outlook on life. So this is a Jupiter in your 2nd house. So a lot of you should have at least some sort of feeling of optimism, maybe not so much right now because Jupiter's retrograde, but over the past 6 months or so, this feeling of optimism about what is possible with your material values, with the things you enjoy in life, the simple pleasures. And there's wisdom, there's insight about this. So we're all going through a sort of healing about what's possible for you in regards to those things. And so being open to that, really just being open to learning, is always the key with Chiron. And the more you are open to learning about yourself, about your values, and even your sense of self-worth, all that's sort of in reflection too with Jupiter retrograde, right? It could be healing your sense of self-worth, your confidence, your self-efficacy, self-esteem, if you will. And the more you want to learn about, the more you learn about yourself, and the more you go inward with this Jupiter retrograde in terms of this, that healing just kind of happens very naturally. So that's going to be ongoing throughout the week, but there could be a shift on Tuesday and some sort of new insight, because the second aspect, which is this aspect with the retrograde, it's always something new, something shifting, some sort of new information coming to light. And then that could propel you forward through the rest of the week, through that shift of understanding. It's really a week of understanding. I think there's a lot of things coming to light this week. With that full moon on Monday, this aspect on Tuesday, and then over the weekend with that sun conjoining Neptune. Okay, the one over the weekend, though, is not so much, it could be conscious, but it's a bit more on that soul level. Right. Now, Wednesday and Thursday, we do have Mercury sextiling up to Saturn, so we could be feeling a bit grounded with our communications and our minds this week, which is quite good, quite practical. And this is involving relationships, which I think has been an area of concern, not concern as much as maybe just thought. You know, Mercury in your 7th house maybe has been over the past couple weeks this greater wanting to learn more about relationships or communicate with relationships, and with Venus, just enjoy your one-to-one connection. So that's all going on, and I think it's an excellent middle part of the week to enjoy your relationships and ground them and just have, I guess, that more mature, Saturnian approach to them. And this could also actually be good information for your self-expression coming in terms of Saturn's really been helping you ground your self-expression, your creativity, this past year or so. So great for those things, and this full moon is in Leo, by the way. So, it's all about, the self-expression, the creativity for all of us. And for you, though, I think it's a bit more on the tangible, grounded side, which could be emphasized probably more so midweek. Now, Mercury does rule your 12th and your 3rd house, so this could be specifically for you a good grounded mind, good grounded communications, and maybe some sort of discipline you could implement for spirituality, faith, and trust. At least it's just an opening for that with the sextile. Now, on Friday, Mercury does sextile up to Uranus, so this could be something new, something exciting involving these areas, maybe with the relationships, the daily stuff, or whatnot. And this is a Uranus in your 9th house, which has really been helping you see the new direction, right? Uranus is always changing our environment, especially in the 9th house. This is the house of your life path. So your life path has been changing. There's a freedom. There's something that's been calling you to have this more freedom-oriented aspect of your life path, to really access your true self, your true purpose in life. So it's not that grand this week because it's an minor aspect, the most minor of what you might call the major aspects. So with this, it's just being open to trying new things, but a little bit of adventure, a little bit of excitement can really go a long ways on Friday. And then the last aspect of the week will be this sun conjoining up to Neptune, which is going to be, again, that more spiritual illumination of what really matters and what's really deep and meaningful to you in life. All right, Cancer, so have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week. Take care.